What's going on, guys? What's going on? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Today, I just want to do a reaction to this video um, pertaining to the mortgage part. Guys, I just want to know what you guys think. If you get a mortgage, does that mean you're going to die? If you get a mortgage, does that mean that you got this long thing and it's going to drag out and cause your death and things like that? Um, I just wanted just to get you guys' opinion and want to do a reaction video to it. So here we go. See what.
It is very clear that the head of the snake is the financial system. We can argue till the end of time about who runs the world. Is it the Jesuits? Is it the reptilians? Is it the Illuminati? Is it the Freemasons? We can go on and on and on and on about this. But I don't think it is reasonable to even begin arguing about.
Real quick, guys, I just want to talk about some. He's about the snake. Let's talk about the system, guys. The head of the snake is the financial system. We know money rules the world, guys. Money rules the world, and we know that whoever has the most money controls the world. That's period. Um, all you Game of Thrones fans, I don't know if you guys recall the Iron Bank. The Iron Bank was the one who funded everything. The Iron Bank funded each each person who was fighting each other. They were the ones who controlled everything because they had the money. So the financial system is it to me is the head of the snake. It is the head of the snake. As we see now with the banks failing, the banks being bailed out, that's not by accident. It's not by accident, guys. The financial system in not in Europe, but also in the United States, it's a monster. It's definitely a monster. But I want to get to the part of when he talks about a mortgage, though.
The mechanism that is used to exert this control. The mechanism is finance. The whole point of finance is to indebt, otherwise to enslave. What is
Now, guys, he said the main mechanism of finance, guys, is to enslave. It's to cause debt. Is that true, guys? I mean, you have there's two forms of debt. You have good debt and you have bad debt, guys. Debt can make a person very, 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 very wealthy, guys. And let me tell you why. Let me ask you something. Say you go buy a 2023 Mercedes Benz S63. Would that be considered good debt or would that be considered bad debt? That will be considered bad debt because that S63 Mercedes Benz isn't putting money in your pocket. Now that 50 60,000, guys, if you took that 50 60,000 and you put that as a down payment on a 6 unit apartment building or a 4 unit apartment building that's at for 300,000, guys, and that property generates you a 10% return on your investment, is that good debt? And let's say years later you bought it for 300,000, and 5 years later that building is worth 900,000. Let's say you sell that building, now what you have, what, three, four, five, six, you have around like 600,000. Did that enslave you or did it actually put you ahead of the game? So we got to be real careful about who we listen to, guys, when it pertains to finance. It's all depends on how you use your money, guys. That's what it depends. We know this system is to the utmost rigged when it comes to the big boys, the big players. But when it comes to real estate, guys, and things like that, these things are tax shelters, guys. These things are recession proofs, guys. I'm not talking about any real estate, guys. I'm talking about multifamily units, guys. So just do your own due diligence, guys. I just want to, finance. It's a lot of us weren't born into riches. No, even Donald Trump, even the major big boys, they don't use their own money. They use other people's money. It's called OPM. Even if they have 10 million in their bank account, why would they use their money? Because if the business venture doesn't work out, then it wasn't their money that they lost. They lost someone else's money. That's the name of the game. It's the name of the game, guys.
is to indebt, otherwise to enslave. What is a mortgage? I mean, what does that stand for? It's a death grip. So when you get a mortgage, you have a death grip held over you because you are in debt. You don't even own the house. The bank owns the house that loans you the money to buy the house, unless you're fortunate enough.
Now, is that true, guys? So here's this guy saying that we have a mortgage. It's a death grip. You know, You can refer to the root word of mort or mortician, morgue, and all these things dealing with death. But is that really true, guys? What is a mortgage, guys? All a mortgage is, guys, is pretty much it's a loan, guys. It's a loan or IOU that is taken out, guys, by a property. You could have a mortgage on a property or a land, and a borrower or usually the buyer pretty much agrees to repay amount of that loan plus interest over a set period of time. Usually 15, you have 15-year loans, you have 30-year loans, you even have 5-year loans, guys. And when it comes to commercial real estate, some loans are 7 years. So either or, you have this IOU saying I'm going to pay you back over a set period of time, whether it's 15 or 30 years plus interest for this property. So that's considered a mortgage. The property or the land serves as collateral. So he's saying that the bank owns it. So if I put $20,000 down on a $20,000 duplex, does the bank own it? No, I own it because I have equitable interest. I can do whatever I want to at any given time. I can sell it and I can reap the benefits of it. That duplex is just serves as collateral or security for the loan. Meaning, if I fail or you fail to repay the mortgage, the lender has the right to repossess the property and sell it to recover its debt. And we've seen that from 2008, a lot of foreclosures. So the bank doesn't own it, you own it. That's why you have contracts. That's why you sign loan docs. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be real careful, guys, about listening to people. And I get what this guy is trying to say, but he's way off. He's way off, guys. You know what I'm saying? So a mortgage does not mean death, guys. Like I said earlier, while the word mortgage contains the Latin root mort, which does mean death, but it does not mean that the that the loan is connected to one's mortality, guys. Not at all. On the flip side, instead the root mort is just mortgage refers to the fact that the lender has the right, guys, like I said earlier, to take possession of the property in the event that the borrower fails to repay. Therefore, guys, the loan, therefore the lender can kill your ownership. So that's what the word mortgage means. It's look at it from a spiritual aspect. When let's talk about the Bible when Christ says that these people are dead. Did he mean so? It's people around physically walking, but he said they were dead. Were they physically dead? No, it was a spiritual term. It didn't mean that they were dead physically. It just meant that the way that they thought it was backwards. So the word mortgage, it just means that the if you fail to repay what you said you was going to pay, if you default on your agreement, that the lender can kill your agreement, can kill your rights because you signed on that dotted line. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's what it means, guys. So as long as you make timely payments, guys, on good debt, the mortgage has no connection. It doesn't have any connection to death. The lender can't kill your rights to the property and take over your property or take possession of your property and sell it. So this guy is, I get it, but I totally disagree with this guy saying, guys, like I said earlier, it's good debt and it's bad debt. And I gave you an example earlier on what that meant. I'm just gonna rewind this a little back just to let you guys hear what this guy is saying. Let me know what you guys think.
In debt, otherwise to enslave. What is a mortgage? I mean, what does that stand for? It's a death grip. So when you get a mortgage, you have a death grip held over you because you are in debt. You don't even own the house. The bank owns the house that loans you the money to buy the house, unless you're fortunate enough to have all the money to buy it outright. And even then, you can be taxed by the government. And if you
End of the day, guys, what this guy's saying, I'm gonna say it again, is totally false, guys. Totally. I have 3 mortgages, guys, and it's all on good debt, and it's generating me positive income every month to the point where I can quit my job. And if I sell my net worth, I am a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. If I sell all my properties, I will be a millionaire. That's good debt, guys. That's good debt. No lender has no death grip on me. I use someone else's money. I signed a contract and I promised them that I will pay this such and such amount of money every month. If I default on that, they have the right because that's what we agreed upon. That's the way life works, guys. That's the way life goes. If You went to your friend and said, "Hey, I'll mow your house, your lawn, for $50," and they pay you, but you don't do it. They're gonna sue you to get their money back because you didn't agree to what you said that you were going to do. It's like I said, so all a mortgage is just IOU, an agreement saying that they're gonna give you money. You're gonna have equitable interest into this property. You have ownership because you signed the contract. And I just want to explain what equitable interest is, guys. So equitable interest is a term that a lot of people, a lot of flippers use because you have equitable interest, guys. An individual or entity pretty much has the benefits or value of an asset, even if the legal ownership of the asset is held by another party. I'm gonna say that again. Equitable interest allows, and this is why contracts are so important. This is why you sign contracts. Equitable interest allows somebody, guys, to have legal rights to something, even though they may not legally own that asset at that time. So it's a concept, like I said, it's a concept that's used by flippers in real estate. Not even flippers, but even just real estate individuals, where a buyer may have this equitable interest in a property before the sale is fully complete. So let's say I'm wholesaling, guys. I see a property, I want to wholesale, I want to get it under contract, and I buy it for 20,000. I want to sell it for 150,000. I go to this owner, guys. I get equitable interest. I have the owner sign this contract that gives me these rights. So now I have equitable interest, even though he legally owned, even though the owner's name is still on the title. But he signed this contract, which gave me the equitable interest, saying that I have rights to this now. I can sell that property now and benefit off it because the owner gave me those rights. So like for I'm gonna give you another example. Let's say a buyer made a down payment. Just like I said earlier, a down payment on a signed contract. While the legal owner still holds the property, the buyer has stake in the property's value and may have certain rights. So all this death grip and this and that, guys, just understand financial literacy is key, guys. It's key. Let's continue, guys.
Own the house. The bank owns the house that loans you the money to buy the house, unless you're fortunate enough to have all the money to buy it outright. And even then, you can be taxed by the government, and if you fail to keep up with those taxes, the government can then take it from you.
So here he's saying you can be taxed by the government. So here, if I'm not mistaken, he's talking about property tax. That's a part of the game. It's a part of the game. Everyone pays property tax. Different states do different things. That's the game. But real estate, guys, is a tax shelter. And I'm gonna give you an example. I'm not gonna talk too much because that's another video. My W two, I'm a W two employee also. I can go exempt and claim zero exemptions and have no taxes taken out. And because I own real estate, write off stuff on my property that the IRS tax code allows me to do, and won't owe anything at the end of the year because of my real estate. So these are things, guys, that are in the books. No college is going to teach you this. This is stuff where you have to get a mentor. This is where you have to read, guys. Real estate is a tax shelter, guys. Like no other. People complain about Donald Trump. What you think Donald Trump does? People are mad because he doesn't pay any tax. No, he's utilizing what the IRS tax code allows you to do. So this guy's he's so I wonder if this guy even owns any property because he's saying something that he's not even breaking down. It seems like he's just talking.
To keep up with those taxes, the government can then take it from you. The whole system is
Yeah, so he's talking about property taxes. So if you don't pay property taxes, yes, the government is not the government. It's pretty much the contract that you sign. So when I pay my mortgage, guys, my taxes are rolled up in my mortgage. So my mortgage payment is 1,500. When I sign with that mortgage company, my taxes, my escrow, all that is rolled on my payment. So my principal interest is, say my principal payment is $800, uh, and the interest may be $300. So that's $1,100. And then my property tax is a certain amount of money. I wrote out all in one, guys. So I don't pay my property tax separate. It's included in my loan. And that's how you write your mortgage up, guys. Never ever unless you're very savvy, you become very savvy pay your property taxes separate, because he is right, because your property can be taken if you don't pay property taxes. Your property can be taken if you don't pay your water bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's connected to the property. So that's what you call a tax lien. What he's referring to is, when you don't pay property tax, that's where you have tax lien sales. When a lot of people have taxes that went up to like maybe $300,000, and that's another way to buy real estate, is by buying a tax by, and that's another avenue. That's another video, guys, because even in the tax lien, you know, it takes a while for you to be even to foreclose on a property. Even when you buy a tax lien, you have to contact the owner and give them the opportunity to redeem their property. There's a redeem period, so it's not like you know, that you just lose your property like this instance because you failed to pay tax. No, it's a process, guys. So but that's another video, like I said, guys.
based on a financial fraud, and you can be taxed by the government, and if you fail to keep up with those taxes, the government can then take it from you. The whole system is based on a financial fraud, which effectively takes the power that we have and it gives it to a tiny group of individuals who are running the world through the control of finance. With the
So when that little statement, what he said, I agree. Is why does a little bit of bitty bitty small amount of people control the world? I mean, we know why. War, um, you know, putting people into slavery, bribes, fear, war. You know, this is how they're able to do it. Making people poor, pilfering, stealing. We know.
infinite supply of money that we have allowed them to take. They have literally an infinite supply of money, and with that money, and from their psychopath
And what he said, they have an infinite amount of money, which is true. They print money. I mean, we know the U.S. dollar is going down. Money isn't backed by anything. Money isn't backed by anything, guys. So they can digitally print money. It's that's why we're in a recession. That's why inflation is where it's at, because because that they are just printing money that's not backed by anything, guys. That's not backed by anything. So they do have an infinite amount. They just push this button. Uh, Chairman Jerome Powell can push this button, and voila. So I agree with that little aspect of what he said.
money, and from their psychopathic point of view, they have bought everything and everyone who can be bought.
So they bought everyone who could be bought. Have people sold, they sold. Absolutely, absolutely, guys. Let me know what you think. Is a mortgage a death grip? What do you think about what he said about the financial system, guys? I want to know your thoughts, guys. Peace.